In the metals quadrant, the rally stalls in the March silver contract. Silver had rallied 3 consecutive sessions off its recent bottom, but fell today. The high today, 23.10. That was actually up 0.75%, but then the low, 22.81, was down about 0.5%, and we only finished a little bit off that, down about 0.2%. Silver is now only up 2.6% from the recent low close of January 2nd. And on a weekly basis, silver recovered to turn slightly positive by 0.75% after starting lower. That's the first positive week in the last 5 for silver, including this particular week. There was enough in the PCE data today to arrest the yield drop from earlier this morning and turn silver negative. The year-over-year headline came in at up 2.6%, which was unchanged, but the core came out at up 2.9%, lower than forecast, which was 3%, and the previous reading, which was 3.2%. Month-over-month and core-over-core headlines were both up 0.2%, which was as expected, although both were up from the previous month. And personal spending may have been the thing that actually made the difference in yields, because of course you have an inverse relationship with metals and yields. So that personal spending was up 0.7%, much higher than forecast and much higher than the previous. And again, that's likely the part that drove yields higher from being slightly negative this morning to positive late in the session. We also have something interesting going on with Bitcoin. In this Bitcoin effect, the ETFs covering Bitcoin spot have surpassed the market capitalization of traditional silver ETFs. So what does that mean for silver? Well, it means we're going to see, relatively speaking, in real time, how ETFs actually affect underlying commodities in terms of price. So it's definitely something to watch. Also watch next week, we have an FOMC meeting, and the probabilities of 7 rate cuts for next year have now gone to 5. And again, rate cuts in theory would be bullish for metals, so bullish for silver. So watch how that plays out as well when we get the decision, which is likely to be unchanged rates, but also the press conference and the statement afterwards.